Right, welcome back everybody. Let's get into the trending topics now, and don't suppose there's any guess as to which story is the top trending topic, and that of course is the palapala farmgate issue. And I mean, this is just, it's not getting away, it's not going away, and it is just getting more and more and more momentum as people keep on asking for more questions and are just not happy with the way that this is being handled. So palapala farmgate is the one that's at the top here. I mean, if I just read a couple of tweets, the first one that comes up is from Judge John Deed. That's the first tweet to jump up as we look at that trend, and he says, "People, stop being fans for once and engage with serious issues involving the president. This is serious. It's not about RET or Tumamina or ANC factions or ulterior motives. It's about the rule of law. The country is at a precipice. Engage issues, not people." So there's just one of the tweets that really has sort of jumped up as we talk about this palapala issue, and everybody talking to it, everybody having a view and saying what they feel about this and are wanting to find out what happened at that farm. Why was there so much money? If it wasn't that much money, how much was it? Because that's what we've been told. What was it doing there in the first place? Why was it never reported and investigated? I mean, it's just, there are just so many questions that we are waiting for, and we're not getting them at all. So that is still the very, very big story, and everything else also stemming from that, because you'll also see that I can see that Steenhuisen is trending as well. And that's got to do with the DA. And the DA basically coming out and saying that they want the United States FBI to investigate allegations of possible money laundering by President Cyril Ramaphosa. So there was a press conference that the DA held yesterday, and that was one of 9 different things that they want to put in place to ensure that they find out what went down at that palapala farm, and also to investigate the president. And many people coming out and saying, "Wow, DA, this is a first for you, actually coming out and speaking against the president. You've always been the greatest fans of the president and always sort of, you know, speaking of him in such kind ways and words." But this is a really big thing for them to come out and say, is that they want to investigate him, but not just any organization, the FBI, and wondering if that money was brought into South Africa legally, that you know, the roots of it, the origins, all of that. So that's something that they are looking at. So yeah, Steenhuisen also trending on social media this morning. Jacob Zuma has also jumped onto the trends list as well. Let me just call up Jacob Zuma and see what is at the bottom of all of that. But I suppose, you know, the one thing that people are speaking to is the fact that, you know, had this been President Jacob Zuma, and we've said this more than once, this whole palapala and everything that's been going on with President Cyril Ramaphosa, there would be an outcry second to none. People would be on the streets already, you know, toying and doing whatever to get rid of the president. There would be so many organizations that would be speaking out about it, but it just seems that those civil society organizations have been rather quiet, and many are not liking this. So others just talking again to, you know, saying they miss President Cyril Ramaphosa, they really liked him. Here's one that's come up, one of for the trend, Zuma is free hashtag, saying, "Thank you all who gave President Zuma a chance to be the president of my ANC and the country. We were never going to know the things we know today if we allowed Mbeki and his cabal to block Msholozi from being president. We are woke today as blacks because of him, Dankie Baba." So that's just one of the tweets that has come through, and many more where that came from as well. Just one final one as I wrap up on that trend, saying President Jacob Zuma trusted Mogoeng with judiciary, and he never did him any favors when it comes to judgment. But Cyril Ramaphosa has captured the judiciary through Raymond Zondo. I miss President Zuma and Chief Justice Mogoeng. So those are just some of the tweets related to the Jacob Zuma trend, and that is another one of the trends for today. And then Soweto shutdown. Well, look, we saw that happening yesterday. In fact, it was really just a march that was taking place where a memorandum of demands was handed over to the mayor of Johannesburg, and it was a lot of people, residents of Soweto and those living in the area, just saying that their living conditions, and particularly with regard to the electricity, is unacceptable. So they want change, they want things to be run differently. It's just it is not right, and they are just very unhappy with the service delivery within Soweto, and I think they speak for a lot of other areas in the country as well. But the Soweto shutdown was a big one, led it to the mayor, handed over that memorandum. The mayor has said since then that she needs 14 days to come up with some solutions, and if they would just give her that time. So that was the story coming out of that. So there we go. Those are your trending topics for today, and there's a lot going on. I know there's a lot of gossip as well, and a lot of people that are talking to tours that are happening on Twitter, but forgive me for not getting involved in those. It is difficult to follow those, it really is. But yeah, anyway, that's the trending topics for now, and we'll leave it on that note. However, here is your question of the day. What do you think about this? It started with the ramblings yesterday. We saw this little snippet that came through, all talking about the fact that the health minister is recommending that we drop masks, we drop the idea of putting a number on the amount of people that are allowed to gather, etc., etc. So we're asking you, what are your views on government possibly removing COVID regulations? Think it's a good idea? Think it's too soon? Do you think you've had enough and you actually just want to resume your life? Well, I mean, just looking at what some of the analysts are saying, some are in agreement. It's enough now. Some are not even going to be reporting on these numbers anymore because, they're not that accurate. Not many people are testing, and it's just not really showing us the true picture, and people are just getting on with it. But love to hear your views. Let us know. Do you think we should drop the COVID regulations once and for all? For now, I mean, if anything happens, we can probably bring some of them back. But for the moment, what do you think? All right, looking forward to hearing from you on our question of the day. All right, coming up.